and he is way scarier on the VYCE than really anyone else on the character, both midfield and goalie. So I think him getting on this pick every game, I think it's going to be really fun to watch, see him go to work on it.
I wonder when people are going to start banning it away, because it's something you don't want to ban, because it's like, oh, VYCE, who cares? She hasn't been relevant in like 2 patches. But I think after this patch, with the Awakenings coming back and just with damage mattering a little bit more for sure, I think VYCE actually, if played well, is still really good. And I do think VYCE midfield, hook resets kind of put me back onto VYCE midfield. I used to play it back in my midfield days. We don't talk about those days. But definitely a big fan of the VYCE in general. So I'm excited to see it coming in clutch here. Amy, VYCE, and Tara, very, very powerful damage Awakening comp. All of them are going to probably be running prime time as well, but they're up against a Finny Estelle Kazan, which definitely has some teeth as well in the damage department, and they can move the ball around as well. So that's probably the biggest, I guess, threat is, can just Logan and Jay move the ball around, find a lot of offensive momentum before they can get chipped down and killed.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out, like, Merchant is really good with, like, this, like, the team may not look like, but their offense is very organized. Even with like Amy Zentaro's, like all 3 of them just get in at the same time. Very good at collapse. That's what we're seeing right now. Actually, Merchant already getting in there with the eject button. But like to point out, PLNK's team are really good at throwing random things at you. Like we've got a card coming in. We don't know when Estelle's gonna press all her abilities. Kazan's like. Did you see that lingering hook, by the way?
Yeah,
disturbing. Disturbing. It's, you know, it's really good. It's like throwing random stuff at them, and it is a lot of scary stuff. It's not just like, oh, okay, it's like really easy to find. Like, it is scary being, like, especially open net against this team.
Yeah, PLNK kind of is running like the Punisher comp, right? You make one mistake, they have like 18 different projectiles to punish you with a hook and a Kazan in your face as well, which is never fun. But, you know, I think if OSHI can play it well, they can, you know, be steady, not get hit by this random cards, these random things kind of coming at them. They definitely have a little bit of an edge in terms of team comps. But as I say that, first goal going over for PLNK. Just getting started now. It's only prime time on the board, which I believe everybody on the field is going to have, as you can see with the Awakening overlay, by the way. Great addition here to my production on the right here, I'm talking. Really good addition. Say hi to Saya, chat. Yeah, Merchant coming in already in this point with that VYCE. Not meaning too much. A little bit of damage on just Logan, but nothing crazy. And as we were talking about before, Merchant so good with that VYCE teleport, puts it in the perfect spot to help out with that offense and keep the core forward so that you can't get punished for kind of being out of position, right? So definitely one of the best, if not the best, at using that ability. Miriameg now finding the flip on the bottom side, going to be getting a lot of damage in and getting that last barrier as well. Kachikoma now getting a perfect pass straight to Miriameg. Merchant now puts it in the top side, doesn't even need the flip. Great pass up to Miriameg, who puts it in the top corner. It's looking like the energy is starting to favor one side or the other here, Drop.
Yeah, I want to talk about it, but even though there's some pretty heavy artillery coming from the back from Muffin and Jay, the damage coming out from OSHI is pretty insane, especially when Miriameg has opted to go for a Juan Zentaro this game. The longer the points go, the scarier it gets for PLNK, because they're slowly losing energy, they're losing health, and eventually, like, there's one person dies and like it's just all over, because it makes it easier for the next person to die. It's like what we saw last game, where like one person's killed with the Adrenaline Rush, but it's just raw damage this time.
Yeah, it's going to be more about the damage than the KOs, if that makes sense. Like, people getting forced out because their health bars are low, that type of thing. There's not actually a ton of KO potential on these rosters in terms of, like, they don't have the Juliet, they don't have the Luna, they don't have things that just instantly kill you. They have things that chip you down, right? But like we were talking about earlier, just Logan and Jay on that forward duo with the Estelle Kazan, it's really scary. And when you don't have that defense goalie to really hold it down, it's any mistake, you're going to get punished, just like there. They lost both their barriers early on, and they could not recover in time. So we'll see how this game ends up scaling. First barrier going to be going down to PLNK, saving both theirs. But like I said, there you go. Miriameg uses that flip to actually secure that KO after getting the damage done. Now just Logan taking the punishment here. It looks like it is just OSHI's turn to win this one. 2-2 now in the sets, going to a 0.5. Already starting off kind of a banger of a series, but if it keeps going with how it's been going so far, PLNK's going to score here, because they've kind of been trading points back and forth.
Yeah, I will say drafts are going to be looking super important for these teams. I mean, CDR on Estelle Finney, or even because like it's more random things just going at your net. They get like more CDRs, like, it's hard, especially with prime time. Super scary pickup for, I won't say Kazan, but a beautiful kill coming out from just hunting down the Kazan throughout the point. But still, like I said, the corner offense coming out from these teams, like Morrison doing such a good job at just keeping it in there for as long as possible. And the turret almost putting it in. Kachikoma gets the energy from that and finds the goal all on his own. Beautiful point coming up from OSHI.
Yeah, OSHI managing to get that kill. Mirimeg securing the kill on Just Logan early on to allow the power play, get the momentum, get those barriers. Kashikoma with a great play with that flip on the bottom side, finishing it off. And now they get the first pick here. First round of Awakenings going through. Nothing too crazy. The heavy impact is what I'm looking forward here the most. I think if they do not deny it from the VYCE, they're going to be very, very sad. But Zentaro doesn't even want to worry about that. Taking it anyway, Zentaro with the heavy, definitely nothing to shy at here. As VYCE going to be getting prize fighter. Oh, actually taking the aerials, does not want a stealth to be unlocked in this game whatsoever. And orb replicator coming in for Jay. So I actually do like that. As long as the orb replicator is working correctly, which I've been hearing rumors that it's not, but I think it is.
Well, it's working correctly. Let's just say the correct way to work is a little questionable.
It's not that useful, but hey, you know what is useful is blinking in and just taking both your barriers. So well done there to PLNK getting the barriers early on, but it's definitely just the beginning. Has a great save from Merchant on the goal line, standing at the perfect position in order to not get scored on. And the barriers going back down both sides. It's going right back and forth here. Kashikoma Mirimeg are looking for the goal instead, as Kashikoma takes away the middle. Just Logan's health bar is looking incredibly low here, and now has no evade on the Kazan secondary. So needs to be careful. Mirimeg looking for the KO. The evade coming through, and Merchant going to be putting it in. A great pass to the VYCE teleport from Kashikoma, and great awareness from Merchant to take that teleport and score in the top side.
I mean, I just want to keep talking about these VYCE teleports. They have been so good this game.
I miss Merchant so much.
But twice that point, like when he took the double barrack, he just he got in there, and also, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of when these goalies when they're on eject, they have no idea where they're striking the core. I'm gonna be honest, like they're just like hitting it in. It's like, oh boy, I hope this goes in. But Merchant has a really good awareness of where right, not just like where the core should be, where his teammates want the core to be.
I think
that's a good point.
That is a good point, because I think the biggest thing with these VYCE teleports, and honestly with the recent patches of a lot of defense goalies coming in, goalies have gotten a little bit lazy. They're relying on their abilities. They're relying on, just breaking through with sheer force, or sorry, using sheer force to not get broken through, rather, with the defense goalies. That the clears are not quite as good in a lot of these goalies recently. I don't know. I mean, maybe it just be me yapping, but with the addition of these range goalies coming back into the meta a little bit more, Merchant's kind of taking full advantage of it, and OSHI is taking full advantage of all of the pressure they are getting by getting that double barrier, and then Mirimeg getting the pass and putting it in right through Moffin. PLNK looking a little bit worse for wear now.
Yeah, they've not been able to find just that much with their super, I don't want to say core control, but their high range abilities. But a huge kill coming out from Merchant. Jay just not able to survive just a raw VYCE stun, which by the way hits really hard. I mean, that ability is disturbing, and the damage is again coming out from OSHI. It's like such giant circles. It's just giant circles, and they hurt a lot.
OSHI has a lot of damage, and you definitely do not have enough evades for all of it. So picking and choosing what to evade and trying your best to survive as long as possible while making use of the opportunities you are given. But OSHI, at least this set, has not been giving very many opportunities over to just Logan and Jay. And Moffin starting to struggle a bit in the defensive side. But as I say that, just Logan finding a play on the top side and actually getting the goal on the bottom side right after too. So not quite out of the set just yet.
That was, I think, just Logan played that point beautifully. Really putting Kazan's close strike to work, just keeping it out of range. It may look like he won like 2 or 3 strike wars in a row, but it's Kazan. Those weren't actually strike wars.
Nope.
He just kept it out of range of everyone. It's really, really well played from him. And again, managing to start this point out strong with an early barrier take and keeping it in with the Kazan hook.
Yeah, keeping it in and actually mistiming the strike there is Merchant, so going to be losing both barriers now. They're starting to lose a lot of pressure. I think they kind of lost a bit of the flow. The momentum going over to PLNK is starting to set in. It's 2-2 now, but as we saw last set rather, these close ones, it really just depends on who can get the momentum first. Who wins this kickoff, I think, is going to matter this entire set. And it looks like OSHI wins the kickoff here, but a great clear, actually, from Moffin. Manages to keep it away for now, but I'm a little bit afraid because Moffin now has to use the flip to get away from Mirimeg. Does not even get the orb. So Mirimeg might be hunting for a kill here as Merchant, with the flip, trying to hunt in their goal arc, but has to use it defensively. So no, Kashikoma now bringing it on the bottom side. Mirimeg just putting all the damage on to Moffin, but Moffin dodging as much as they can in the goal box. Getting an orb now is going to be saving them for now, but actually Mirimeg is the one going down, and Kashikoma cannot blink in time to save the last barrier. Merchant, Kashikoma on the man down play, trying to make something happen, but no. Just Logan plus 3 points there. Field goal right in the middle of them. Not much you can really do at that point. Mirimeg fatally making that mistake and going down It's down tied up 1-1 in sets. We're going to see, I think this Awakening might actually decide the game here, as we are going to be seeing extra special and a little bit of size, and Adrenaline Rush too might be big.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really game-changer awakenings here. I like to think, yeah, Logan wants his size. Kazan is probably the biggest spike from like no size to one size on any brawler, because not only does his close strike get disturbingly good, his hook also gets like just a little bit more range and needs to cover the outclear, make it a lot easier for him to react to stuff. But extra special, not going to Merchant, but actually getting down to Kashikoma, who is probably the strongest person to pick up extra special. Like, these kickoffs are going to be so easy for Oshi to win now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I said earlier, the kickoffs are probably going to be the most important thing, and now that Kashikoma has the extra special on the Amy, I mean, I don't see them losing a kickoff overall, you know, unless they make the mistake, basically. It's the onus is on them to make a mistake now, instead of PLNK to win. Miramax going down again. Not quite sure what actually happened there. It might have been a stray card from the Finny, but great clears from Kashi and Merchant. Going to hold it down for now. They're probably going to lose this bottom side, but Miramax back up now so they can stabilize some things. Just Logan looking incredibly low, but has that Umbrella secondary in order to evade. Using it just for now. Still does not have an evade. Miramax is trying to hunt Logan, but finally fully gets healed. Not going to be in too much danger for now. Kashikoma with the flip, and then into the cyber swipe. Does not even care about the core, just goes straight for the KO. Merchant now on the offensive side trying to get this last barrier. Moffin is just holding it down though, keeping everything stable in that bottom side, but you can't really do much against the Zentaro dashing on you with 18 abilities and 18 hitboxes. Just Logan almost finds that last barrier, but a great offense from OSHI brings it right back. Merchant coming back in with the flip. Merchant, or I think Miramax actually with the kill, getting that Adrenaline Rush proc for the abilities for next point, and then putting it in for that first point of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't even looking at Zentaro's draft when it happened. Like, he got Adrenaline Rush.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, on Zentaro, makes his passive instantly reset his strike cooldown because he needs it. Like, he's real weak without. But I think we saw last point when he took it with the turret. But when he dashes, his strike is immediately back off cooldown. So you could literally, it's literally passive strike into imagination, and that wasn't very creative, unfortunately. Kind of just striking it down, losing possession, but it is still not too late in the power play for the Oshi to take this point.
Yeah, Oshi still have a chance to get a little bit of pressure. The flip coming in from Kashikoma, trying to get some offensive pressure for now. Gonna get the pressure, but not really gonna get the barrier, as Just Logan spawns just in time. Jay now on the chopping block. Needs to be careful. Uses the last evade, and so Kashikoma takes advantage and cyber swipes them off the map. Merchant now in the bottom side. There's not really too much for Moffin to do there. Has to 1v3, but cannot quite do it. But Just Logan has the heroics and has the position to put it in on the bottom side. Merchant did not have the abilities to get that out of there, and Moffin actually loses the barrier, but clears it to the top side in order for that goal to happen, rather.
As we talked about, like Kazan and Cell, both characters, if Merchant goes in, spends his abilities, and it just comes back and the core is in their hands, it's not possible for VYCE to make it to that point against an open net Kazan with size and 2 hooks. Dear God.
Yeah, Kazan definitely is very, very strong and might be the saving grace for PLNK this game, but with both those barriers being lost and a KO coming in with the Adrenaline Rush proc on to Miramax, it's going to be very, very hard for them to defend this last point, and Moffin is not even going to care. Finds the KO with the card on the bottom, actually, and then does not even want to use the flip to defend that, saving it for the next point, probably rightfully so. But Merchant also has the flip, and they have the kickoff with the Amy ultimate here, so I'm a bit afraid for PLNK this set. I feel like the draft has kind of gone in the way of Oshi a little bit more than PLNK, and I don't know if they have time to actually fix it, as we're seeing the Amy ult be defended actually by Moffin. Good little re-attack from PLNK. Going to be getting both barriers there. Kazan, like we were saying earlier, it's just the key to success in this game. Great hook, getting it forward for now. In the middle being popped, hits all 3 people, and Miramax actually the one that's the only one going down. So a little bit of a misplay there for Oshi, but they do get some damage, so if they can survive for now, they are in really, really good, they're good place right there for the rest of this point. Miramax finding a kill with that Adrenaline Rush. Now going to be going for this offense here. Miramax now trying to make a play on the bottom side, but Kashikoma's incredibly low with no evade. They can't really do much. Moffin is defending everything for now, but the conveyor belt trying to do everything, and it manages to actually work. The strike not there for Moffin. And Oshi with the 3rd set win, 3-1. It's starting to look a little bit more convincing now.
Yeah, I mean, these points where, like, Kazan, if he's not dying, is kind of just taking over these points, right? Like, so much value coming out. But that being said, there is both a lot of damage in this draft and a lot of survivability.
Got perfect form. I mean, come on, Super Surge. Let's see all this. What's gonna happen?
What else could Zentaro? I mean, he's got heavy impact already, by the way.
He doesn't even go
Rapid
Super
fire.
Surge. Okay, so Mirameg, I do have some inside info on this. Mirameg is like a terminal dash hater. Mirameg does not run dash trainings on anything, I feel like. I never see him do it. I never talked to him about it, but I'm just assuming he never does because I never see it. Super Surge Zentaro, I think, definitely was the pick here, but if you're more comfortable with the Rapid Fire Prime Time with heavy impact as well, it's definitely not a weak takeaway, for sure. So, definitely not the greatest kickoff there, though, for OSHI coming into this first point, but going to be taking it right back away with that bottom side barrier. Mirameg now trying to get both barriers, but Kashikoma actually going to be ganking it with the glitch pop. But Mirameg has to defend 1v1 against Just Logan and manages to pop the VYCE ult to do it. Mirameg, or rather, Moth and Curry needs to be careful here. Manages to dodge both the Zentaro abilities to stay alive for now. Jay almost puts it in on the bottom side. Kashikoma running interference on the Brawler for PLNK as much as possible. And the VYCE keeping it forward for now, as Muffin needs to be careful. Is staggered, but does not manage to get killed for now. Mirameg still hunting for it, but does not get it in time as Merchant folds at the last second and puts it in on the bottom side. Just Logan with the goal credit on that one.
Yeah, I believe Kashikoma went for a tight glitch swap to really get it past the black hole, but I was unfortunately not able to find it. And unfortunately, I think own gold in that last point.
Yeah, might actually, you're right, actually, that might have been an own goal here as Kashi trying to make up for it now with the bottom side play and actually getting both barriers. I believe the conveyor belt on Amy getting that last barrier there. Mothin needs to be careful. Just Logan now actually needs to be careful. No evade coming in. Mirameg has the flip as well. Could be hunting here. Finds the kill. Doesn't even need the flip. And they're not even going to use them as they're going in for the first goal of this set. Great offense there from OSHI to bring that one to a close.
I mean, that might have been the most greedy play I've ever seen on overall. It's a hold flip that entire time. But that's paid off. And look at the energy economy of both teams. Kashikoma is about to get their flip. Merchant and Mirameg both already have it ready to go. And the other PLNK, not really anything coming up soon. And they're going to force not only that, but spend these evades and a huge collapse coming out with 2 flips going down. And things are not looking great for PLNK.
Yeah, Mirameg taking that last barrier with the flip into the secondary here now has the abilities to get some more damage in this power play. That's pretty much all you're going to be getting with Just Logan now just spawning in. Merchant with the flip trying to get that last goal, not quite finding, but Mirameg getting the KO, followed by the Adrenaline Rush with another KO. It's 1v3 now for Just Logan. Can the Kazan do it? It's not looking like they will. And the energy, the abilities, the everything is going for OSHI right now. They are 1 point away from taking this game. And, I mean, essentially, taking a look at the seeds, upsetting PLNK.
Maybe a small upset, 9th seed being the 8th seed, but it's still an upset. No, I mean, if you look at the bets right now,
yeah,
they were very in favor of PLNK at the beginning of this game, and I assume still are. But hey,
that was a great glitch pop from Kashikoma to secure that last barrier. Just Logan with the heroics as well to keep their team in it with the last barrier take as well. Nothing crazy going on right now, just a little bit of midfield play on both sides. Jay, the Estelle, looking a little bit more healthy than the rest with that energy. Just Logan trying to find, great primary there from Merchant to save the day. Kashikoma's playing a little bit more defense, but actually Merchant gets taken out, so it's going to be the forwards in the net for now. But Jay needs to be careful. They might take him down, but it doesn't matter because just Logan puts it in right past Kashikoma, and we have another 2-2 set. I mean, they's ones are just they're so close.
Moffin finding a great card at that point and managed to find a kill on Merchant from the other side of the map. And really what I noticed from that point is that whenever that PLNK is able to play into like the big open space with 2 like long range characters Estelle on, it is really hard for Merchant to they're on VYCE.
Yeah, I mean,
like it is super hard for VYCE to just kind of keep it on locks against these 2 characters. I mean, we're looking at happen right now, forced to spend the ult defensively, but it's just not that great for it.
Yeah, as soon as Kashi loses one of the strike forwards, and Kashi, to be fair, has been doing really good at keeping midfield control this game overall, but as soon as one time it happens, all the pressure is on Merchant to save so much, but the pressure now being taken away as Mirameg finds the first KO of the point, and that might be the game decider here, folks, as the flip comes in through from Mirameg. Merchant there to support it, but not quite going to be able to find the last barrier. Moffin making some crazy saves to protect that barrier for now, but it's not going to be enough. No, it will. Bad boys right around the back, but another KO comes in through onto Jay. Kashikoma with the credit on that one this time. Now VYCE and Amy going to be trying to do something, but no, Moffin with the heroics with the Finny ult, going to be putting it in through the top side. That is not what you want to see if you're OSHI, and PLNK have managed to claw their way back into this game and have another draft to spare.
I mean, barely pulled that point out of nowhere. They died so many times at that point, but with the combination of the Sad Boys angle And a huge heroes plays coming out from both Moffin and Logan at that point. PLNK is still in it, and they're here to win. A stinger coming out from Moffin. Right should be able to, enough to keep Miri Meg from just kind of running Moffin down for the entire point.
Yeah, double spark going in for the side of Kashikoma and Merchant. Merchant getting the 2 sparks now, actually. Gets a little bit of stagger and also gets that strength. And then, oh, Zentaro with the forbidden fruit.
Oh.
With the forbidden fruit missile prop. Knowers know that meme. The passive is going to be very, very long this game. So take a look at Mirimeg's passive whenever you use it. It gets incredibly long when you get the missile prop. And a great play from actually OSHI there, Merchant, with the perfectly placed VYCE teleport, getting both barriers there, and Mirimeg actually getting the kill onto Moffin in the back of his own net. Explosive start from OSHI. They do not want it to go the way that it did last set, and they want to end this one quick. 1-0 already.
Yeah, they're looking to steamroll any of these points before PLNK can really get into like any of like the open space scenarios that they want, where Kazan can really put his hook and close strike to use. And they just want to, run him down. Like Amy turret, Zentaro. By the way, rapid fire, prime time, heavy impact.
Yeah, it's weak. Weak Zentaro build here. I mean, I said no Super Surge, even though Super Surge I would have thought was better, but like I said, rapid fire is still no joke when you already have prime time, especially, and they're getting both barriers, and they're trying to end it now as Mirimeg, actually the one looking low, but not low on energy, as both the forwards from OSHI look like they're about to get flipped soon, so I expect Miri to be damaged here quite a bit. A great save from Moffin with the finial, but the flip from Kashi going to be putting it in. Moffin cannot time the strike in time. Mirimeg now keeps the flip. Merchant almost has the flip. They have the ultimate on the Amy for this next kickoff. This could be an explosive ending. Drop Leto.
Yeah, but backs against the wall, PLNK can still move forward.
They can.
And it's not too late for them to take a reverse sweep on this set. But a huge flip out from Mirimeg and getting the Adrenaline proc. They're once again, they're looking to just run over this point with all their damage and all their cooldowns.
All their cooldowns coming out, but not really much being got so far. They're trying to set up another offense on the bottom side, but Jay comes back up. Not in time, though. Just Logan might go down instead. Mirimeg looking for the kill, but a great dodge from Logan. Going to be actually getting a barrier, but no, Jay is the one who gets the barrier, but Merchant accidentally takes his own barrier on the other side. Now, PLNK have a chance. They have an opportunity to get back in this game. Kashikoma is the one now looking low. Jay missing away on the Estelle combo. Jay going, or sorry, a J-Dog rather, going down. Now it's just up to Jay and Moffin. Moffin has the flip, can stall for a little bit, but the Estelle trying to do as much as they can to stall, and they actually managed to do it. Just Logan is back on the pitch. The Kazan is back. That is exactly what you need now. Kashikoma is the one on the chopping block. Might have to spend the flip here coming in soon, but no, Just Logan actually misses the ability, so it doesn't even matter. But Estelle has a chance at the offense here with the Kazan on the bottom side. But Kashikoma is doing everything that they can to keep it in their favor, but it's not enough. It's a great pass from Moffin and Estelle, both working together to get it right to their brawler, who puts it in that bottom side. Merchant can only do so much, as OSHI kind of got caught in the sauce in that last point.
Yeah, I mean, a beautiful card coming out from Moffin. Really using the backwards card to get the core speed that Moffin's kind of known for. Just sending it blazing forward towards Logan. And still, open strike or my closed strike on the Kazan, that just goes flying with a good pass.
Goes absolutely flying, especially in overtime, but it might not even get to overtime at this point, as both barriers are down for OSHI. Merchant has the ultimate to keep things stabilized for now, but if they can't find a KO, if they can't find anything right now, I don't know if it will be saved, as the Kazan is doing so much, but no, the Estelle actually manages to go down first, and they can stabilize it for now. The power play. This is OSHI's chance to bring it back and to calm things down. They might get damage, and they might be able to kill Just Logan as well to extend this power play, but we have to keep watching. Merchant, dangerous pass on the bottom side, but Just Logan cannot take advantage of it. They get the bottom side barrier. Moffin, now with no secondary, and a KO onto Just Logan, are in trouble. Moffin needs to find some heroics again. We need to get what we had last set, but another KO is going to make that even harder. It is all on Moffin Curry, but no, you can't do it all by yourself, as Merchant with the flip comes in from the goal box and ends the game just how it started, with a goal, baby. That's OSHI taking this game and the minor upset away from PLNK.
A beautiful collapse from OSHI. Like, once again, Merchant knowing exactly where to put these TPs, and right there for the last point, gets in right in their face with their flip and puts it right in.
Whew. I can't wait to see the stats for this one. Let's take a look.
Oh my.
Take a look, everybody.
Don't look Kashikoma redirects, though.
I mean, hey, Kashikoma kind of running the field with the redirects, definitely was winning a lot of strike wars, making Merchant's job a lot easier. Some vintage OSHI gameplay here. Mirimeg with 13 KOs, by the way. Definitely carrying in the damage department, but taking over a look at PLNK, I think Jay definitely struggling the most. Only 142 redirects and not that much damage. To be fair, all the pressure was kind of going on the Estelle. Estelle, one of the hardest characters probably to play against all this damage because you don't have that much mobility. You don't have that much power to fight back. You need something like, I don't know, like I can't even think of anything like the Amy. I mean, they have everything. The Amy, the Vitals, and Tara. That's why that comp was so powerful back in the day for OSHI, and they're bringing it back on this new patch, and it seems to be working for them. So I'm excited to see how far they get in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, the Estelle just unable to really, like, I think peel is a really important thing to have here. So, like, when you want to, like, live Umbrella, and Estelle just really doesn't have that. She can TP, but if she TPs, now you're playing Estelle without her TP.
Exactly, yeah. You'll have
really
one.
Bad, yeah.
You have one go at things, and if you don't get value from it, you're kind of screwed. So, hey, didn't quite see a lot of the value there, but they kept the game close. They kept it competitive. They made OSHI sweat a little bit and had a good game overall. So I'm thinking we'll see PLNK make a little bit of a run through the losers, but OSHI still in the winners. Going to be keeping going on their run. See how far they can get, but that's about it for us. Drop anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Oh, yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
Everyone, remember to go to shop.BestieInSlot, and you can pick up some wonderful merch like this. Oh, look at that Bozo Bunch shirt. You see that frog up there in the corner? Oh, yeah.
That looks beautiful.
It really does.
Let's make sure that's nice and let's stretch that out for everyone. Look at that beautiful Bozo Bunch logo.
Wow, isn't that awesome? You could be someone who has this shirt.
And the Dubu logo. You could be getting this shirt too. This is not custom made. I mean, it is custom made. Not by me though, but by BestieInSlot. So go check out the shop if you want some of these cool shirts, some of this cool merch. I think we have some stickers and those stuff on
stickers, got some
sale
posters, got something for everyone. Even a Super Surge can holder. Oh yeah,
okay.
that's in the shop.
All right, well that'll be it for us. We're going to a quick break and we'll be going on with rounds. Keeping the stream going. I think we got round 3 coming in. I'm not sure exactly what game we'll be in next, but you'll be seeing that very shortly with a different set of casters. But thanks for watching. I'm Borg.
I'm Dropletto.
And stay tuned.